Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Solstice. And when we ended the last part, we were just about to start chapter 2. So, let's hop in. Journal the aftermath. Okay. I don't know who, I guess we're switching to Yanni maybe? Things were not looking up. My worst suspicions received a very tangible confirmation. The system was clearly unbalanced, possibly via intentional sabotage. Yeah, it's Yanni. What's worse, nobody in the city seemed to understand the gravity of the situation or its underlying implications. Well, almost nobody. It was high time to have a few words with our mysterious doctor. Interesting. I like how everybody's a suspect to everybody else, and yet we're both Galen and Yanni, and yet it makes you not trust Galen, like, the way things are working, but I don't think... It's probably going to be, like, Istvan or something stupid, because he's, like, such a jerk, but I don't know. Like, I hope it wouldn't be him just because it's so obvious, but it doesn't matter. We have fun anyway. Let's not delay this any longer. It's high time we talked, Yanni. I agree. There's nothing like an explosion to raise questions. I have plenty. Ooh, new scenery! I have plenty, believe me. I'm glad we're on the same page then. Let me start. This has been bugging me since I found you in the snow, and you've been really dodgy about it. What exactly made you risk your life to get here? You don't strike me as the reckless type. What should I tell him? You know what? Let's tell him the truth. Reckless? Far from it. But leaving this wonder of technology without proper oversight? Now that would be reckless. We've been monitoring the city for centuries. Recently, we've detected some alarming anomalies. I'm here to investigate and fix them. Monitoring? Who are we exactly? I'm with the faculty. We constructed this city a long time ago, and we're probably the only ones who can fix it if things go awry. Even Istvan recognizes that. Honestly, I thought you would figure that out already. Something tells me you know much more than you show. A secret society of technicians monitoring the Jewel of the North? Surprisingly, that makes sense. But why are you investigating Lev's disappearance? Is it connected to what's going on? Again, we'll try telling him the truth. A part of the city's system malfunctions and a person goes missing. It's only logical to assume these events are related. My job is to protect this place. After what happened yesterday, I must assume someone is intentionally sabotaging the system. Isn't that a bit too far-fetched? Only a complete madman would do that during the true winter. A madman like Lev? He usually comes back, but this time he seems to have disappeared for good. Then one of the emergency vents bursts just a few days later? I guess it does seem fishy. There's still a chance these two elements have absolutely no connection. Better safe than sorry. But why are you looking for Lev? Oh my god, we get to be both of them! Let's tell her the truth. That's cool. I, too, think there's more to his disappearance than meets the eye. Leaving the city isn't an option, which means he must still be around. My guess is that he's found a place no one knows about. No surprise either. His quest for Kala meant he searched every inch of the city. I'm sure he knows many of its secrets. I wonder what would happen if you lied. I want to, save this as a different chapter and then start this one over and just lie. Lie. Anyway. I'm sure he knows many of its secrets. Why would a doctor on a temporary contract care about things like this? Tell her the truth. It's my job to prevent the secrets from becoming public knowledge. Who are you exactly? Ever heard of the Academy on the Isles? The magicians? That's what many call us, yes, but that's not important. What matters is that the city exists thanks to our craft. Do you know how difficult it is to create a blooming garden in the middle of a frozen wasteland? I do, actually. You must have done your part badly, though. Your blooming garden has an unnerving tendency to explode. We love to spice our creations with a hint of chaos. This, however, wasn't planned. Something strange is going on here, and I was sent to prevent it from getting worse. So they're both sent for the same reason. It seems we have a common goal, at least. Let's not dwell on personal priorities. We should focus on the task at hand. We need to find Lev. Agreed. 2 amateur investigators are better than 1. Indeed, research shows interdisciplinary teams are much more efficient than separate individuals. Not to mention way more fun. And since we're pooling knowledge, look what I got from Slava. Whose notebook is it? It's a diary. It belonged to Lev, but I can't open it. It has a very complex lock. That's curious. I recognize the symbols on the cover. Really? Do you know what they mean? I have no idea. I do know how to open it, though. This may sound strange, but I think I have the matching key. Laura, of all people, gave it to me. Why would she give it to you? Oh, never mind. Let's open it. All right, I'll give it a try. By the way, I hope it fits. This thing is booby-trapped, and I'd rather not be in range when you set it off. How chivalrous of you, Doctor. Here goes. Merciful chances, help! It burns so much, my eyes! Spirits, what's wrong? What's happening? I'm pulling your leg. Relax. Ah, not funny. Not as in you had me worried there, just not funny. Stop sulking and help me decipher this. Fine, but no more jokes. What does it say? It's mostly gibberish. He seems lost in his fantasy world. Take a look at all these wild hypotheses, these clues he's gathered. If he's the one who gathered them, look here, he mentions a guide, a mentor of sorts. Finally, I have someone who understands the significance of my work. I met with I again. Now I know what I should do. Here is a guide I can trust. Someone who understands that Kala isn't just an object, but also a test. Is it supposed to be I or L? It's an I. Was he referring to himself, or was someone feeding him ideas? Istvan? I? Hello? Hard to say. Here's another one. I was right about the guide. My suspicions were unfounded. Destiny is leading me to my goal. A new path opens before me. I learn about a secret door. I've passed it hundreds of times. I can't believe it. It's in plain sight, yet it remains hidden from the unworthy. I know we've totally missed a lot, because I don't think I read them after the last part, but... And it's not all about Kala. I know of Kosleva great pain. She's trapped in this accursed city, and it's all because of me. She deserved none of it. But I'm so close. As soon as I find it, I will make it up to her. I will buy her freedom. The rest looks like information about magical rituals or just ordinary gibberish. None of it makes sense. Seems so. Let's focus on something more tangible. As you wish? I have a favor to ask, now that we're working together. Sure, how can I help you? I need to analyze some water from the bathhouse. I thought you could lend me your expertise as a chemist. Shouldn't be a problem. Do you have a sample? Not yet. We need to take some from the pools. Thought I'd ask, should a chance present itself. Consider me warned. Why do you think we should analyze it anyway? I've heard about its healing and soothing properties. I think this might be influencing the city's system somehow, so I'd like to know how it affects both humans and machines. Good idea. Getting a sample shouldn't be a problem. We'll have a look at it together. It seems our areas of expertise complement each other well. I guess. Why don't you let me mingle and collect gossip while you focus on the more technical side of things? I think you'll agree that I'm the people person of our little team, totes. So basically you want me to shut up and spend my time locked in my workshop. That is not going to happen. It was just a suggestion. No need to get so defensive. What have you found so far, then? A few things. I'll tell you if you promise to share what you know. Of course. I truly want to find Lev, you know. If I knew that they were going to kind of like end up working together, like I would have totally made sure that like he talked to different people that she talked to. I think we mostly talked to different people, but I'm not 100% sure, so. Good. Then let's go through my notes and quickly. I need to pay Istvan a visit soon. Let's go through the notes and see what we got. Okay, so let's go through the city. I think we already knew all that. What we learn about Galen. Galen graduated from the Academy on the Isles. He's a doctor and a magician. And he's a witch doctor. Yanni is a member of the faculty, a secret society of highly skilled technicians who built the city. We still know nothing about Istvan. Kazi we know nothing new about. Nothing new about Laura. Lev. In his journal, Lev mentions a hidden passageway and I, a person helping him on his quest. Okay, so... I think we already knew that Yeah, we kind of already knew that stuff. I think. When asked about a rebellion against the families, Constance lost her nerve. Constance news about her position standing with Istvan. What else do we know about Seb? Nope, nothing different. Nothing new about anybody. Okay, so I guess we didn't miss anything last part. Are you off to see Istvan? Good luck. He's in a foul mood. Shouldn't you be stopping me right now? Not this time. I'm going home. If Isfan expects me to stay up all night to service him and then continue the next day without sleep, he's even crazier than I thought. Stay up all night to service him? Is she like a sex slave? That's wrong. What? Oh, you were with Isfan all night. I had no idea. I don't know the rules here yet. What? No! How could you think? No! Isfan was stargazing and ordered me to stay in case he needed anything. Oh, Isfan's an astronomer? That seems like a step in the right direction. Rulers need knowledge. It's not a step in the right direction, I assure you. You can't become wise overnight, and Isfan hasn't the patience for it. He believes in easy answers. He spent the whole night attempting to learn. That should count for something. Sure it does. Dementia. He was muttering about a special night, star alignment, magic and mathematics. He can't be up because astrology told him something is about to happen. What? Don't know, don't care. If you want, you can go up and ask him yourself. He wouldn't be the first to come and go unsupervised. Please don't tell him I said that. Don't worry, I won't say a thing. But I can... Oh, crap. Okay, there we go. But I can see this angers you. Trust me, you'll feel better after telling him off. Ancestors forbid. I could never do that. Do it here, then, behind his back. It feels almost as good as the real thing. You'll see. I'm not sure. It's just that... Why am I supposed to enforce some stupid rule when every other woman is allowed to break it? That does sound rotten. Who was it you had to tolerate? I really can't say, but if you see an attractive woman in this town, you can be sure she's been seduced by a family member and was above the code of conduct at some point. The gates to this district are supposed to be closed, but the bedposts stay wide open. Whoa! It's getting a little risque. So, if it's free access you want, be nice to Istvan. I think I'll pass. Wise move. The best ones go high, earn riches and official posts, but they're never the same afterwards. It never ends well. Honestly, I can't believe what I'm hearing. Can you give me an example? Anything recent, perhaps? I wouldn't dare. It might hurt someone. More importantly, it might hurt me. You don't believe me? Fine. It's no secret how Constance got the bathhouse. Ask anyone. Constance seduced Istvan? She agreed to spend many years with Istvan's brother as his unofficial companion. I hope his brother was hot. Interesting. If that's true, she seems to have made a deal that suits her. She has his confidence and some autonomy, not to mention the bathhouse. She learned to play their game and to utilize her opportunities the same way they do, but she's definitely not as delicate or spontaneous as she was before. I've already told you too much. Go see Istvan. If you understood any of what I said, you'll be wary and avoid scruples. Do you? I'm one of the decent ones. I lost this game. Do you? What? Okay, I have no idea what was going on there, but okay. Constance. Yes. Girl. Mm-hmm. What a mess. How can anyone work in such an environment? It's pretty, though. Discipline of thought should be visible in every aspect of one's actions. If that's true, Istvan's science must have gone mad, but look how pretty it is. Purple curtains. And all this shit all over. Okay, maybe like this is messy, but... But this telescope is clearly faculty technology. Oh my god. Brain. Telescope is clearly faculty technology. The best there is. He must be serious about his pursuit of astronomy. Spacey can't read today. These instruments cost a fortune, but he doesn't even clean them. What do you think you're doing here? You should be fixing the city, not disturbing my studies. We spoke about this yesterday. I need to see the city's plans first. Before you get to what's important, like the lamppost that blew up yesterday. If you're going to question my every move, this will take forever. Do I really need to explain every basic thing to you? If only if you want to get anything done in this city. I need to get to the main control chamber for accurate readings. Every other access point gives only a sliver of control. I've been ruling the city for over a decade. This is my first time hearing about a control chamber. My guess is the architects wanted to protect you from yourselves. Your politics don't always put the wisest on top. Gah, plans are on the table for you. Are you telling me your secret chamber was just listed there? The layer showing the system, along with all its access points, is written in faculty code. Remember those strange symbols? No? Show me. What the? It's missing. It's missing! Did you give it to someone? Who else had access to these? What are you insinuating, kid? The plans were kept safe in the library archives downstairs. Access to that area is restricted to family members. And no one would know how to read your damn code, or even what it's all about. It would indeed require considerable knowledge to decipher. But don't tell me only the families are allowed in. I just entered undisturbed. Who else could have taken the plans? Frickin' anybody at this point? You were invited because you've proven your identity and the guards know you're to be trusted. To a point. Do you have any other trusted visitors that could freely walk in? You are testing my patience. Trust is not something I give lightly. I heard rumors that some women might have access here. I'm sorry, but I must ask. Yanni, I'll explain this once. My brother used to be a careless ruler with mistresses who could do as they pleased. That was years ago. I took the seat when he passed, stars bless him, and things changed. I only let in the trusted family members and faculty technicians, such as yourself. Anyone else would be my private matter and none of your concern. Do I make myself clear? I know this is hard for you to understand, but working outside of the main control chamber is like building a bridge with your bare hands. The thief took my main tools. Making excuses already? Find what caused the explosion, fix it, and never bother me again. Can you do that? Honestly, I'm not sure. Hopefully I'll know more after I examine the marketplace. Since I need to focus on finding the access point, I have to rely on Galen to find Lev. Would you mind if I shared some of my knowledge with him? He's already engaged himself. Ha! An interesting choice. There's certainly more to our young doctor than meets the eye, isn't there? Unless you choose him because of some infatuation. Is that why you ask? It's not a matter of his looks, but his education. Something people here are in dire need of. I do not base my decisions on emotions. I'm asking about Galen because I want to be objective. He seems trustworthy enough, but I don't know him well. You know a lot about those who are allowed to enter this town, so I thought it couldn't hurt to ask your opinion. Naha! Galen seems a very capable doctor, if a tad young. It was almost a miracle that he cured you. If he wished you harm, he already had the chance to act. Yet he's managed to help you, Slava, and a couple others since he came. All signs suggest he's reliable. He could be of much use if you let him be. I guess you're right. Thank you for your advice. Good. Enough chit-chat. The city was meant to be everlasting, and now it falls apart like a cheap toy. If I find out the faculty's a fraud, or that they've sent an incompetent technician, I'll take action, starting with you. Don't worry. I will find the cause of the explosion as fast as I can. I'll try to learn more about Lev's disappearance as well. I promise to get to the bottom of this. Youngsters are always the same. I need solutions, not cocky promises. Fix the marketplace and point out the guilty party. Fast. Otherwise we'll get doubt, fear, and finally, unrest. I would hate to deal with that. People need to see a lamppost back to normal. They need to feel safe with the culprit behind bars. And I need to get back to my astronomy. Do you understand? I do. Then get on with your work, and keep in mind that your time is limited. Are we done here? Why not? He's already pissed. Just one more thing. What do you know about Kala? I tell you to get to work and you take interest in fairy tales? Are you dumb, child? I will not tell you anything unless you deliver at least a semblance of a result. Do not strain my patience. Good day. If questions are considered dumb here, then I can see how the city ended up the way it did. You're dumb! Hey. How you doing? Here comes our young detective. We should have been like, he's hot. Yeah, would have been fun. Afraid of the competition? I would be happy to see you solve this investigation and find Lev all by yourself, but I doubt that's possible. So no, I don't find you threatening, Galen. I'm in love with you. Are you alright? You seem tense. I'll be blunt. There are two things I truly hate, not knowing what's going on and surprises. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Unfortunately for me. Okay, let's go back. I'll be blunt. There are two things I truly hate, not knowing what's going on and surprises. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Unfortunately for me. So, oh my god. Well, we'll prepare for some more disturbing news. On my way here, I noticed marks on the leaves of several plants, a very slight discoloration. Are they sick? I can't be sure without thorough examination, but different species of varying sizes were affected, including some very resilient ones. They all have one thing in common, though. Vulnerability to cold. The merchants who built the city brought these plants from the southern lands for only one reason, to show off. Well, it looks like their power is dwindling. The changes were minute, so the cause must be recent. It made me worried about the greenhouse plants, too. There's some very vulnerable rarities which must be kept in perfect condition. I need them to prepare stronger medications, so it's a big deal. This is bad news. Can you keep an eye on this and tell me if anything changes? We could use your herbs as an early warning system. Of course! The garden is my responsibility anyways. Do you think this could be related to the explosion in the market? I do, yes. Then it's safe to assume the temperature will continue to drop until the system is repaired. Do you have any idea what might have caused the failure? I think it was sabotaged. But maybe I shouldn't be discussing this with you at all. The trouble started when you and Yanni came to the city. If I had a list of suspects, you'd be at the top. Oh, yes. Yanni and I are conspiring against you. We should put in a dungeon and severely punished. Or maybe you could just punish me? Oh. Oh my. Are we? Whoa, okay. He's just doing this on his own. I wasn't even like, he's hot. Obviously he likes men. Okay. Alright, that's cool. I honestly can't tell whether you're covering for a culprit or trying to flirt with me. Are you flirting with Kazuya, Galen? Sure! Why not? The more important question is it working? Ha, you certainly have a way with people, Galen. Are you always this easygoing? Only when it comes to pleasure. And I take pleasure very seriously. Hope it doesn't bother you. Not at all, but I'm surprised. I mean, you've only just come to the city and you barely know me. Perhaps, but I've seen enough to be interested. Oh my lord! We didn't even have an option. It was like, go for it or don't. There wasn't like a Constance, Kazuya, pick one. It was like, nope. Straight going for, Alright, okay, you go, boy. Alright. Maybe we should focus on the more immediate task of finding Lev, huh? Learn anything new? You were right about Slava hiding something, but I managed to convince her to be more open with me, and she gave me an important clue, Lev's diary. Well done. Did you learn anything from it? I did. Shortly before his disappearance, Lev met with someone, an ally he didn't name. That person was apparently an expert on Kala and advised him to search for it using magic. It's safe to assume this person may have been involved in his disappearance. So someone was directly involved in Lev's last expedition, and he took a sudden interest in magic. Galen, I'm impressed. You cope with this investigation well. Are you turned on, Kazuya? You're either a natural or very lucky. Finding information and assembling it until a coherent picture forms aren't that different from a doctor's work. Collect symptoms, put them in various categories, construct a hierarchy, and eventually come up with a diagnosis. You know, or use fucking magic. If only the process was so straightforward. But sometimes you have to be intuitive and take leaps through strange connections just to see where they lead. We're going wicked long on this, so we'll just finish this conversation up and then we'll end it. Relying on pure facts and logic, you'd have to diagnose the entire city, and that, even with all your zeal, would be too large of a task. Tell me, have you ever solved something similar in your career? You want to hear my story? Did Constance send you? No, of course not. I'm just curious. I want to rewind and be like, he's hot, because obviously you're interested in him anyway. And why would Constance send me to you anyway? She can be very inquisitive, especially when it comes to sensitive topics. She's been trying to learn about my past for years. I used to think she's simply curious. Some people are like that. But when I notice how frustrated she gets when I refuse to talk, I realize it must be something else. What are you suggesting? Let me just say I can recognize an informant when I see one. In that case, you have nothing to fear from me. I simply wish to know you better. That remains to be seen. But all right, I'll humor you. Before I came here, I spent many years working as a guard in larger cities, usually wealthy ports. Wealth attracts crime. Indeed. I have my hands full. I've seen a lot. I've investigated several cases of missing husbands and wives, too. They all had one thing in common. You never found them? Every single one of them went missing because of their spouse. It became very clear, very fast, that I was dealing with murder. So Istvan murdered Lev because he's banging Slava? Just saying. A husband who removed his wife so he could marry his lover without having a rich and powerful father-in-law as an enemy. Or a wife who became so obsessively jealous she imagined her husband was having an affair with her sister and hired an assassin to kill them both. And there's somebody named I in Lev's journal. I really hope it's not Istvan because that seems way too freaking easy. I really want it to be, like, more complex of a story than that. That's terrible! Is it? The way I see it, it's human nature to hurt each other, whether with iron and gold or silk and intrigue. Wow. Aw. You need a hug. You need a cuddle, because, no. Not... Yeah, a lot of people are dicks, but not all of them. Constance was right. You do have a lot of stories to tell. I'm rarely in a talkative mood. You're lucky, Galen. Why did he quit? Wait, you said you spent many years working as a guard. I'm curious as to what made you become a man of justice in the first place. What kind of person were you before? You used to be a sellsword, right? A sellsword? 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 What's a sellsword? 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 Sellsword. Do you really want to know? I wouldn't be asking otherwise. I thought I was going to give us a choice, yes or no. Nah! I was a killer. A blade for hire, a mercenary, a soldier with no cause other than becoming rich and famous. Dun dun dun, giant eyes. I prefer not to talk about it. Let's just say I never had the bloodthirst necessary to draw satisfaction from killing. Well. When I made enough money, I left the trade routes and that part of my life behind. I bought a house in the city and began anew. I understand. Don't worry, I know when to stop asking questions. Maybe I should let you get back to your investigation. About that, I want your opinion on one more thing. Do you think there's any connection between the explosion and Love's disappearance? You might as well ask Laura and her cards about that. It's impossible to say at this stage, but it's always a good idea to observe how people behave in situations like this. Stress and pressure magnify the things we like to keep hidden. Thanks for the advice. What's your next move? There are two people I haven't talked to yet, Sem and Istvan. You'd better be careful around Istvan. He has absolute power in the city, a volatile Templar, and armed men at his disposal. Sem's both odd and harmless. They both might have some valuable information. Besides, at this point, you should collect what you can from all available sources. That's my plan. I enjoy talking with people too much to stop anyways. I'd better leave you now. Thanks again for your help. Don't mention it. It was nice talking with you, Galen. We'll meet again at the party in the bathhouse tonight. Oh, yeah, you will. I will. I enjoyed chatting with you, too. Where should I go next? I think we're going to go visit Sem, because I'm really afraid of Istvan, so. I don't want him to go to talk to Istvan, so. Whoop. But let's check out the things that we learned. In his mercenary years, Kazuya killed for money and fame, nothing else. I don't think we know anything new about her. No. The bathhouse was a reward for being with Istvan's brother. Such deals are common in the city. That really sucks. Nope. Nothing new about her. We already knew about Kazuya. Istvan is obsessed with astronomy, though impatient and careless in his studies. And there's something happening. The city's plans are missing from the family's library. They're written in faculty code. Plants in the city show symptoms of frostbite. Ambient temperatures must be dropping. Dun dun dun! Oh, okay. We're going to save this. I'm just going to actually save it. I almost want to save it to a new slot, just so we can, like, go back and do the journal, like, completely opposite. But, I mean, you know, I feel like, you know, we'll just save it here. But, so, let's save. We're going to quit. And I will wrap this part up here. I will see you guys next time. I hope you're enjoying this. And who do you think it is? Who do you think's all shady? What do you think's going on? Yeah. Let me know what you think. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.